Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Thank you for joining me. So I'm going to be talking about the Chelsea game, so if you haven't seen it yet I will be giving away spoilers, so don't forget to check out the game and then come back and see what I have to say about it. So before I go into actual game itself, I want to give you a little bit of an update on Wharton, because I did talk about it in the last video that he isn't available still. Oliver Glasner did give a bit of an update on it. He said that even after the surgery he's still getting pain in his hip and his groin area. He's also apparently got another issue which Oliver Glasner didn't go into, but he said that basically it's taken longer and longer to deal with this issue than they first thought. He is still having treatment, and and they're still trying to work with him, but he is unable to train at the moment because of this problem. So it's a bit of a concern that he's still getting pain even after the operation. Now whether they will need any further treatment, I don't know. Whether he'll have to have subsequent operations, I don't know. But it seems as though whatever was causing the issue in the first place hasn't been resolved, or it may have caused another separate issue. We're not sure yet, but that's an update on Adam Wharton. So it doesn't look like he's going to be coming back anytime soon. Oliver Glasner said he's definitely not going to be ready for the West Ham game on the 18th of January. So we'll have to keep our fingers crossed and hope that whatever is causing the problem he's having will get resolved very quickly. Right, so that's an update on Adam Wharton. So getting on to the game itself. And we had a couple of replacements, obviously, because Chalobah couldn't play for us against Chelsea because Chelsea is his club. So you had Chris Richards come in, which I thought would happen. You also had Chet Doucouré in the middle for Will Hughes, who's got that foot injury. And but apart from that, it was a very same team. And I felt that first half we started off a little bit on the back foot. We weren't quite. We didn't come out ready. We didn't seem to be ready. We didn't seem to be set properly, and Chelsea had quite a lot of the early running of the first half, and they managed to get the first goal, in fact, which was disappointing, because I felt that it was a little bit of like just not thinking, just not lack of concentration led to the goal and things like that. And you just think early on in the game you've got to be set, and we weren't quite there, which is a bit of a disappointment. So they got the early goal, and I have to say, with our early play, our sort of looking a bit out of it, and that early goal, I was a bit concerned that it might be a bit of a rout, but we did turn it around, and as the first half carried on, we got more of a foothold in the game, and we started to play really well. We started to get the ball forward. We started to put in some good counter-attacks. They were, of course, trying to counter-attack against us, particularly when Munoz goes up. And a couple of teams have done this now. When Munoz goes up, they try, these teams that we're playing against have been trying to then play the ball over the top to their person on their left to try and get behind Munoz, so that he's then got to chase back. And they've done that. They did that a couple of times to try and get past us, and sometimes it was kind of working. I don't think Chris Richards quite had the measure down that right hand side, but yeah, so sometimes he was getting a little bit caught out, but he did play well apart from that. So yeah, so they were having a bit of a good time down that side, and but Munoz is Munoz. I mean, I love the fact that he goes forward and tries to create stuff, and he runs all day long. So I mean, he does chase back and try and get the ball, but of course it's a little bit of a weakness, I think, down that right hand side. So that was a bit of a problem for us early on in the first half, but then as the half came along, we started to create more chances, and we started to cause Chelsea a few more problems. And as the first half ended, I felt we actually had quite a strong little spell towards the end there. We were giving them a few things to think about, and although they were trying to get us on the break, we were actually quite effective at breaking things up a lot of the times. And yes, they did have their chances after that, but I think that we were able to kind of counteract them quite a lot, and that's how we came out of the first half, which I thought was actually quite good. Into the second half, and we came out a lot better. I think that we took the game more to them. I think we pressed them a lot higher, pressed them a lot harder, tried to disrupt their play, and I think it worked for the most part. Obviously they did have chances, but we were getting more and more chances going forward, and we had some, some not necessarily clear-cut chances, but we had some opportunities. I mean, Mateta put one just agonisingly past the post, which was a bit of a half chance really, but it was, for a man of his talent, he could easily have put that ball away. And there were a couple of other chances that we had that could have led to more. So it was difficult. Chris Richards had one that the keeper had to tip over the bar and things like that. So we had our opportunities, and so I was actually quite pleased by the time we got into the second half, because I felt that we were actually taking the game to Chelsea. When you consider the strength that Chelsea have in terms of their squad, I felt that we were actually doing quite well. And I wasn't entirely sure we were going to score, because sometimes we do have a lot of chances, we just don't convert them. But I felt in this opportunity, I felt that we might not get to the end of the game without scoring a goal, which would have been a shame, because I thought we put a lot of effort into that game. But then right near the end of the second half, Mateta managed to get his goal, and it was a great little goal. It was a wonderful little pass by Sarr to Eze, and Eze crossed it along. He could have taken the shot with his left foot, but he didn't. He cut it back across the goal, and JP was able to tap it home, and it was a great little goal. And that was 1-1. And I thought at that point, are Chelsea going to start coming back hard and maybe get a second goal? But they didn't. We held out, and we brought on a couple of replacements, and I felt we managed to hold out for the 1-1, which on the balance of it, I guess, is probably a good result. A draw, 1 point against Chelsea, is a very good result. The fourth place team in the Premier League. It puts us 1 point higher up in the table. We're moving steadily up the table, and I think that we are playing better. I think we're getting more resilient. I think we perhaps gave them a bit too much respect in the first half, but once we dug in and once we actually concentrated on our game plan, I felt that we did really well. Some of our cross-field balls from our left to right, some of them are absolutely fantastic, and it was great. Lerma put one in, I remember, and it was a really good little ball he put across to Munoz, and Munoz is very much one of our outlets now. He puts the crosses in, he puts the balls in, and works really hard down that side for us. So I think that we've got the makings of a really good team, and hopefully we can add to that in the January transfer window. Now, Oliver Glasner has said that yes, we have got two players in mind, and it's just a case of getting those over the line. Although he did say, which is something I didn't mention yesterday, he said we're not going to buy Marcus Rashford. He said because we don't want a 35-year-old player, which is saying something. But anyway, he's got his players in mind, and he knows what he wants, and hopefully he will get them. In terms of the players, I thought they all did incredibly well. I thought Eze had a much better game. I think he's not 100%, I don't think, but he was certainly a lot better. Did give the ball away a couple of times, but then I think a few of us gave the ball away a couple of times, and I think that that's just something we're going to have to try and sharpen up on. But I felt that collectively we were very good at the back. Again, Lacroix and Gahey and Richards, I thought, had a good game. I felt they worked really well together. Munoz, as I said, had a fantastic game. I think Lerma and Doucouré in the middle, I thought, worked quite well. I thought they were very good in trying to break things up down the middle. Overall, and I think obviously Tarek Mitchell had a good game as well. He played incredibly well. So I think it was good. It was a good display from us, and I think that it means hopefully we can continue to build on this, and maybe with a couple of players in January we might even be able to kick on a little bit further. So you never know. But that's my thoughts on it anyway. Let me know what your thoughts are down in the comment section. I would love to hear them. And don't forget to subscribe if you haven't yet already, and I will see you in the